Okay, so let's go ahead and begin actually standing at the top of your mat here. Our feet about hip distance apart, and go ahead and soften the knees a little bit. And we're going to lift all 10 toes up off the ground. And then as we exhale, go ahead and spread all of your 10 toes into the earth. Inhaling, lifting the toes up. Exhaling, spreading them back into the ground. It's a little bit of grounding work here. Inhaling again, toes up. This time as you exhale, press into the ground until you raise up so there's nowhere else to go but up. And then slowly roll down. Inhale, toes up. Exhale, press into the earth through those toes all the way up. One more time, inhale, toes up. Exhale, press into the toes until there's nowhere else to go but up. And then back to center. Okay, we'll go ahead and soften the knees again here and turn your gaze over your shoulder. Exhale here. Inhale through center and exhale to the other side. Try that again. Inhale through center. Exhale, looking over the shoulder. Inhale back through center. Exhale over the shoulder. We'll come back through center as you inhale, shoulders up by the ears. And exhale, releasing them down again. Deep inhale up. Exhale, maybe a nice cathartic exhale through the mouth. Audible exhale, inhale up. And open the mouth. From here, let's bring the chin in towards the throat and soften the knees again here. We're going to bend into them as we start to ragdoll, rolling through the spine. Let your arms hang heavily. Rolling, rolling, rolling. Slowly, slowly down. Again, keeping the knees bent here. And then go ahead and separate your feet a little wider than hip distance, or yeah, a little wider. Then hold on to opposite elbows here, and we'll just shift your weight from side to side. So gently, slowly swing in a way that feels good for you. Again, bending the knees as much as you need to allow the neck, the shoulders, the upper back, everything to release here. Deep, slow breaths. Start to focus on also lengthening your exhales. Slowly, completely out. And then allowing the inhales to gradually become a little bit more full and expansive. All right, from here, maybe let your arms go and then shake your head gently side to side. Release the neck. And up and down. And let's go ahead and bend into those knees again here. We're going to very slowly roll up. So we don't want a big rush to the head, a rush of blood to the head. So we're going to just slowly, slowly roll through the spine. Keep the eyes closed as you come stacking tall. Head is the last thing, and let's roll the shoulders up by the ears. Exhale, releasing down one more time. And exhale, one more time. We're going to roll down, chin to the throat. Bend into the knees, vertebrae by vertebrae. Roll, roll, roll. Let your upper body hang heavy. And again, a little sway from side to side here. Maybe bending into the knee, making the sway a little bit bigger. And then when you're ready, bending into both knees here, curl, ragdolling up slowly, vertebrae by vertebrae. Take your time. Inhaling up by the ears. And exhale, release. Let's go ahead and separate the feet a little wider apart and gently twist from side to side. Releasing the arms and the back. Maybe even slap the low back a little bit here. All right, and then from here, we'll bend into the knees. Take a nice inhale up. And exhale, just throw the arms. Let it go. Inhale. Let the head and neck release. Inhale. Again, bending the knees. Nice. Out. One more time. Exhale, release. Inhale, come up. And exhale, just let the arms slowly floating down by your sides. A few moments there. From here, let's go ahead and bring the feet hip distance apart now. We'll inhale, reach up towards the sky. Hold your right wrist up. Pull up and come up and over to your left, stretching through your side, keeping the hips, shoulders square. Inhaling as you come back through center. Hold and pull the left wrist up, and exhale, plant the feet up and over to the other side. Good, one more time, inhale here. As we exhale, we're gonna bring the right arm under the left, crossing the elbows and wrists in eagle arms, or you can hold opposite shoulders. We're gonna inhale here, lift the elbows, lift the heart space, root down through the feet, stretch through the outer shoulder. As we exhale, bring the elbows in, chin in towards the throat. And just let your head be heavy, let your outer shoulders stretch here again, upper back as well. And we're gonna slowly, as you bend into the knees, curl forward, rounding again, vertebrae by vertebrae. Breath. And really tucking the chin into the throat, breathing into that space between the arms, and really let your whole upper body, head and neck be heavy. Couple more breaths here. Maybe big sighs out through your mouth. One more time. It's really nice cathartic release. Then releasing the arms from here. Interlace the fingers behind you in Yoga Mudra. Stretch the shoulders. Again, bending the knees as much as you need to here. Deep, slow breaths. Another breath in. And as we exhale, release the arms. We're going to sit the hips and the knees way back, and then bring the arms up into chair pose, Uttanasana, or bring the hands to the heart. Really scoop the belly in and up. So this is what it's all about here, really supporting the back body from the front. So there's this nice scoop and lift in the pelvic floor. Another deep breath. Exhale, fold. Stretch out the legs. Good. Take your next inhale, lengthen through your spine, halfway lift, inner thighs, again, lifting up and back. And exhale from here, we're gonna step your left leg back into a deep lunge. Big step back. And then let's go ahead and lower that left knee down, uncurl the back toes, release the back foot, and then interlace the fingers on top of the front thigh here. So tailbone drawing down and hugging the thighs towards the midline, towards each other, keeping that right big toe planted. And then maybe even press against the thigh and straighten the arms to lengthen the spine and lift the heart upward. So there's a arc through the upper back. Another deep breath here. Maybe open the chest, open the throat. Exhaling here. Just here, if you like to reach the arms up, inhale and come into that full Anjaneyasana, full expression. Exhale, hands down by your sides. Let's go ahead and lift the back knee up. Right leg goes back into a plank pose. Inhale to plank, tailbone down towards the heels, pressing into the fingertips. Exhale, lower the knees. Let's go ahead and come onto your hands and knees here. Bring the hands underneath the shoulders, or the wrists underneath the shoulders, and send the inner thighs up and back as you inhale into towel. Feel that lift in your pelvic floor. Exhale, we're gonna go forward, elbows stay above the wrist, halfway down, squeeze. Inhale, press it up. And as you exhale, squeeze the triceps halfway down. Inhale, press up. So no lower than your elbows here. Exhale, halfway, keep elbows above wrists, keep your belly scooping in. And then from here, come all the way to the ground, release to the ground, roll the shoulders back, press into the tops of the feet, squeeze the triceps in, tuck the chin as you inhale, curling cobra, lift the heart and chest. Exhale, slowly coming down. Again, tucking the chin, press into the fingertips, inhale, curling cobra. And exhale, slowly down. One more time, squeezing in, inhale, curling cobra. And exhale, slowly down. Reverse the push-up, squeezing in. We can press up onto the knees or press up into full plank. And then as you exhale, let's hover the knees above the ground in your bear pose first, and then come into your Uttanasana, downward facing dog. And maybe feel free to separate the hands and feet wide apart here if you need to, and walk your feet maybe in place if you want to loosen up the legs a little bit more. Couple deep breaths. All right, and then from here, go ahead and walk your feet forward all the way to the top of your mat. Take a nice deep inhale, lengthen halfway. Let's press the thigh bones back. Lift the heart forward, so lengthen and feel that lift in your pelvic floor again. Exhale deep in your fold here when you're ready. Reverse swan dive, root down through the feet as you inhale, root to rise up. And exhale, arms down by your sides. Again, pressing into the feet. Inhale, reach up. As you exhale, let's bring the left arm under the right, so crossing the opposite one underneath this time. So hands can come together or hold on to opposite shoulders there. And again, we'll take a deep inhale. So we'll lift the elbows up, heart lifts, gaze lifts. And exhale, we're gonna bend into the knees as you round through your upper back here. And keep that lift in your core as you hang forward, fold, tucking the chin. Couple deep breaths. You might see me kind of change my direction around. That doesn't mean you need to. It's just for visual, so you can see. Couple breaths. Again, tucking the chin in and breathing deep into that space between the arms. Another deep breath here. As you exhale, release the arms and interlace the opposite forefinger and thumb on top, stretching the shoulders again, sitting back into your imaginary chair there. And then stretching the legs as much as you like here. Deep breaths. Go ahead and release the hands when you're ready. Inhaling halfway to rise flat, back, inner thighs lift. Exhale deep in your fold. Step your right leg back into a nice deep lunge. Lower that right knee down. Uncurl the back toes. And again, we're going to interlace fingers on top of the thigh, pressing against the thigh here to lengthen. Tailbone draws down as we hug the thigh bones towards each other. Hug the legs in towards the midline. Keeping those hips nice and square. And again, maybe you want to straighten your arms here as you lengthen the spine and inhale. Arc, upper back, stay here as you exhale. Maybe again, if you like, inhale, reach up through the arms, Anjaneyasana. Exhaling, hands down by your sides. Inhale, lift the back knee. Inhale when you're ready to plank pose, pressing into those fingertips. As you exhale, either lower the knees or hover halfway down. Inhale, press up into those fingertips. And exhale, halfway down. So we're pressing into the fingertips. Inhale, press up one more. And exhale, lower halfway like you're pulling the ground to you. And then slowly come down to the ground, to the floor. Roll the shoulders back again, tuck the toes. Sorry, untuck the toes, point the toes as you inhale, squeeze the triceps in. Lift through the heart. Exhale, lead with your heart. And bow. Tucking the chin one more time. Inhale, we curl up. Lift. This time as you exhale, let's look over the shoulder. Keep that tailbone drawing down, shoulders down. Inhale, lift up through center. Lead from the heart. Exhale, keep that belly lifted as your tailbone goes down, looking over your opposite shoulder. Inhale here. Exhale. Reverse your push-up. Press into the fingertips as well. Inhale, press up to plank. Exhale again, we can hover or stretch back into your downward facing dog. Deep, slow breaths. And feel free, remember you're always welcome to rest in a child's pose or take the cat-cow option instead of that vinyasa flow or in place of it. Deep, slow breaths. And let's go ahead and inhale up on your tippy toes. As we exhale, bend, look forward, walk or float, depending on how warm you feel and light you feel. Walk lightly. Inhale, lengthen halfway, inner thighs lift up and back. Exhale, and deepen your fold. Let's go ahead and sit down into Uttanasana, that imaginary chair again. Onto fingertips. And big toes can come to touch, feet can come to touch. Hands to the heart center, scooping that belly weight in. So squeeze the feet together and the inner thighs and knees together if possible. Deep breaths here. That's it. Really scooping again. This is what it's all about here, is scooping the pelvic floor, using your core, flat back. So you feel it all in here. Long, smooth breaths. Maybe from here, we'll bring your fingertips over to the right side of your feet. And then inhale back through center. Exhale, fingertips over to the left side of the feet. Inhale back to center. Exhale, we're gonna bow forward. Float the arms behind you like wings, stretch. Squeeze those triceps. And then sit back and inhale back to your chair pose. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen through your spine, flat back. And as you exhale, we're going to step the left leg back to a deep lunge. Left hand underneath you. Right arm towards the sky. We're going to pull that right outer hip in and back. Inhale, open up through the chest, open twist. And exhale, slowly lower that right hand. Spin the left heel down so the toes are pointing out. And actually, let's walk your front foot out to the right just slightly so the hips stay really square. We're going to come to warrior one. So as the hips face forward, the tailbone drops down. We inhale, we can reach the arms up or bring your hands to the heart center, whatever feels best for you today. Drop the shoulders down, keep the ribs in. Deep, slow breaths. Let's interlace the fingers now behind the head, if possible. And again, without splaying out the rib cage, we're going to inhale, lift up through the heart center, pull up through the back of the neck. So release the neck, pull up, open the chest. Stay here for another breath. Inhale, tailbone down, hips square, lift your heart. As you exhale, we're going to bow forward, release the arms behind you, interlace the fingers, Yoga Mudra. Now tuck the chin in and pull that right butt cheek in and back, just like we did in the twist. Scoop that belly button towards your spine. Deep cleansing breaths. Cleansing and nourishing breaths here. One more breath. Exhaling, releasing the arms, turning that back leg. From here, hips are nice and square. Let's go ahead and bring the hands to the inside of the leg. So you're going to stay there. I'm just going to turn it around so you can see the inside, what's going on here. Uncurl the back toes. You can be up on your fists or your fingertips. You're also welcome to come down onto your forearms. We're going to inhale, lift that thigh off the knee off the ground so you're on the top of your foot. And exhale, gently lower the knee. Inhale, press up, top of the foot strong through the legs. Exhale, you're going to feel this in your glutes here. Again, inhale, pressing up, hips are square. Exhale, lower. And maybe from here, curl the back toes under and lift that back knee. Maybe come onto your forearms, or I like to hover so I can really keep the hips square, and the integrity of the spine here is more important than getting on the ground. So from here, inhale, maybe come up on your tippy toes. Exhale, push through the heel. Inhale, forward onto the tippy toes. Feel that in your glutes. Exhale, push through the heel. Inhale, up on the tippy toes. Exhale. As you inhale, we come back to center, and exhale, slowly lower. Let's bring that foot towards you gently. Couple breaths here. So almost like we're doing a quad stretch. You can reach back if you want to, or just take a moment to lean forward off that foot, and then slowly release that left leg back down. From here, we're going to straighten out the right leg, wiggle it forward or hop it forward, up onto the fingertips or on your blocks here. We're going to lift that left thigh bone up and forward here as well to, again, square the hips and feel that lift in your pelvic floor. As if you're trying to go into the splits. That's where we're headed here. In your half splits pose or Ardha Hanumanasana. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, let's turn your toes out. So rotating from the hip, external rotation. Inhale, toes up. Exhale, toes in. towards the center. So internally rotating the hip, inhale, exhale. Just kind of go through that back and forth at your own pace. And maybe circle the foot around too. Whichever direction you like here, just flex and point. Take another breath here. And as we exhale, lunge forward. Let's lift off the back knee. Spin the back heel down once again, back to warrior one. Inhale, lift. As we exhale, interlace the fingers behind you. Roll the shoulders back so we're back to that yoga mudra. Lift the belly, inhale, lift the heart. And as we exhale, we're going to push off the back foot to come forward into warrior three. So hips square off. Push through the heel away from the crown of the head. Push the heel away from the crown and push the crown of the head forward away from the heel. Another deep breath here, lifting from your core. Standing leg strong, exhale. Step it back into a nice deep lunge. Right leg's gonna go up and back into three-leg dog gently. Let's open that hip. Exhale, bend and stretch, just gently shake out that right leg. Gently, gently, and come back to your downward facing dog. Inhaling. Exhaling. Inhaling, lift up through your core, all the way forward to plank pose. And as we exhale, we can lower to the knees or lower Chaturanga, halfway down. And then slowly lower all the way. Inhale, uncurl the toes to cobra. Lift through the heart center, tailbone down, belly lifts. Exhale, squeeze it in to press up to your plank. Hover and bear. And then downward facing dog. Deep, slow breaths. Long and smooth. Really plugging in through the hands and feet. Connect into the earth. Again, feel yourself really ground here through those feet. Couple more deep breaths. Whenever you're ready, that left leg's going to go up towards the sky, up on your tippy toes, and keep your outer thigh rolling down. So pinky toe is pointing towards the earth. Inhaling here again. Exhale, thigh to chest. Lift that heel nice and high. Use your core. Step forward. And then we'll push off the back foot. Come back through your warrior three. Push through the heel. And then come back to Uttanasana, forward fold. Sorry, that's not Uttanasana, forward fold. Uttanasana, I'm sorry. And then from here, we'll go ahead and bring your feet together again. Sit back into your imaginary chair onto your fingertips. And then hands to the heart center, scoop that belly in and up here. Deep, slow breaths. Long and smooth. All right, so we're gonna raise the heart rate a little bit here, and feel free if you wanna take this, make it a little bit more low impact. You can step out to the side and back in, step out to the side, back in. From here, we're gonna take an explosive jack, inhale. Exhale and sit back. So we bring the feet together, everything comes back in. Inhale, exhale, and butt back, belly lifts. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. So we get right back into position, lifting that pelvic floor, lifting your core. Last one. And exhale, good. Sitting nice and low. Deep breaths here. From there, fingertips come over to the left side of your mat, onto the fingertips. Inhale, back to the heart. Exhale, fingertips over to the right side, twist. Inhale, back to the heart. Exhale, let's bow forward, fold, stretch it out. Deep, slow breaths. Inhale, lengthening, flat back. Exhale, we're gonna step the right leg back into a deep lunge. Right hand underneath you, left arm towards the sky. We're gonna open twist. Inhaling, so we're moving on to the other side. Exhaling from here, spin your right heel down. Toes pointed out, hips are square. So maybe walk your left foot, your front foot out to the side just a little bit, just a heel toe. So hips square up to the front of your mat. Tailbone drops down again. Pelvic floor, pubic bone lifts up. Deep breaths here. Lift the heart and the arms, or keep them at the heart center. Another deep breath. As we exhale, see if you can interlace the fingers behind your head. Press those elbows back and open through the chest and the shoulders without splaying out the ribs. So keep those ribs hugging in with your core. Inhale, get nice and low in your lunge, lift and open through the heart space in the chest. Elbows way up. The sides, press them back. Exhale here, get nice and low in your lunge. One more time, deep breath in. As we exhale, we're gonna lengthen the spine forward. Reach the arms behind you, interlace the opposite forefinger and thumb on top. Pull that left cheek in and bow forward, tuck the chin towards the throat, stretching the shoulders. Nice and low in your humble warrior. So we want to pull that left butt cheek back. And try not to rest on your thigh here. We're using your core. For 3, couple more breaths. 2, and 1. Releasing the arms here. Slowly from here, we're going to go ahead and turn in that back leg. Come to the inside of the leg from here and lower that back knee down. So again, I'm just going to flip myself around. You're staying there. Uncurl the back toes. Coming onto your fingertips or your fists. We inhale, lift that back thigh. Hips are square. Exhale, lower. Inhale again, we press into the top of the foot. Your toes are pointed. Exhale, release. Once more, inhale, strong through the standing leg and glutes. Exhale, and release. Curling the toes under from here, maybe coming onto your forearms or just hover above the mat. So we're really using core, keeping the hips square. Inhale, and that left thigh is hugging into your left shoulder. Exhale, push back through the heel. Inhale, forward through the heel. Exhale, press back through the heel. Inhale, forward. Exhale, pressing back. Inhale, pressing forward. Exhale, pressing back. Inhale, let's come back through center. On the fingertips, exhale, lower the knee. And curl the back toes. Let's go ahead and bring your right heel, flex your foot, right heel towards your buttocks. Lean forward into it, stretch through the quads. Breathe just for a moment there, and then release that back leg. Stretch through the front leg here. Wiggle it forward. Slide it forward, hop it forward. And then we want to square the hips once again. So bring that right thigh bone, your back thigh up and forward towards the front leg. Lengthen the spine. Feel that lift in your core. Exhale, let's turn your toes out to the left. External rotation of the hip. Inhale through center. Exhale to the right. Toes in. Inhale. External rotation. Exhale, internal rotation. Again, this is coming from the hip. And then when you're ready here, start to circle the toes around. Flex and point through that foot. Couple breaths. Inhaling here. Exhale again. Thigh bone lifts like you're going into the splits pose. Take another breath here. Good. And then lunging forward here when you're ready. Lift up through that back knee. We're going to turn that back foot out, 45 toes out once again, hips square. As you inhale back to your warrior one. And as we exhale, we're going to reach back behind and release the opposite forefinger and thumb on top. Shoulders roll back, knuckles away. And then from here, bow forward. We're going to push off the back foot, turn in the back leg, push into warrior 3, Virabhadrasana 3. Push the heel away from the crown of the head. Reach the crown of the head away from the heel. Hips are locked in squarely. One more breath here. And exhale, slowly bend the knee, step back. Left leg's gonna go up and back to 3-leg dog. We open the hip, stretch, and then exhale, bend and shake it out gently. Press into those fingertips, keep those shoulders square to the front. Good, and then slowly go ahead and lower that leg down. Downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Plugging in. Round through the hands and feet. Inhaling up on your tippy toes. Feel that suction up in your low belly. Exhale, curl forward to plank pose. Inhaling plank. Exhale, slowly lower chaturanga. Inhale, remember you can always rest or take a cat-cow here. Exhale, reverse the push-up. Inhale, bend into the knees. Exhale, downward facing dog. Deep cleansing breaths. Long and smooth. When you're ready, right leg's going to go up towards the ceiling. Inhale up on your tippy toes, outer thigh rolling down, pinky toe down. And exhale, thigh to your chest. Let that heel nice and high. Step it forward between the hands. And pushing off the back foot to come forward, push through the heel. And then slowly come back to Uttanasana, forward fold. Breathe. Let's root down through both feet as we inhale to rise slowly up. Palms to prayer. Exhale, arms down by your sides. Katasana, mountain pose. Take a couple breaths here, just notice what you notice. And then when you're ready, root down through both feet as we inhale, reach up. And exhale, bow, forward fold. From here, inhale, lengthening the spine, halfway lift. Exhale, deepen your fold. Let's separate the feet about hip distance apart. Sit way back into an imaginary chair again. Katasana, hands to the heart center. So again, I'm just going to angle this so you can see this a little bit better. From here, rooting down through the feet. Once again, we're going to shift our weight while lifting the core. Shift our weight to the right foot, lift the right heel. And as we exhale, see if we can cross that left leg on top. Maybe wrapping the toes back, maybe not. But either way, we're squeezing those inner thighs together. So even though the knees, the hips want to take us one way, we're working against that using our core and our hip strength and our inner thighs, right? Keep that belly lifted. Inhale, lengthening. So feel the length from the waist down. We're drilling down into the earth. And from the waist up, pressing into the feet. From the waist up, we're growing nice and tall. Let's bring the left arm underneath the right, crossing elbows and wrists. So it's opposite arms of the legs. Left leg is on top, left arm is underneath. Eagle pose. Yeah. And again, we're stretching through the shoulders here. Elbows lifting slightly. Find your gazing point, your drishti. Squeeze those inner thighs together. Lift that pelvic floor up. For 3, 2, deep breaths, and 1. From here, root down through that right leg, left knee, left thigh up. From here, we're going to push through the heel. Warrior 3, Virabhadrasana 3 once again. We're still in that eagle arm. The heel away from the crown, crown away from the heel. Another deep breath here, use your core. As we exhale, bend the front knee, step that left leg back to a warrior 1. And then release your arms here. Inhale, palms to prayer. Overhead, reach up. Exhale, from there, hands to the heart center. Back leg is long, pressing into the outer edge of that back foot. Feel that inner arch lift. Thumbs to the heart center. Spread your fingers really wide here. And then pinkies to your thigh. So you're connected. Chest to the thigh through the hands. Spread through the fingers wide. Deep breaths. And you can stay here again, working on the glutes. Or intensify this just a little bit more by walking, floating that left leg. So coming forward and floating that left leg up. Keep that right knee bent. So this is a variation of your warrior 3. Open through the hip here. Another breath here. And as we exhale, slowly go ahead and step that left leg back. into deep lunge. From here, right leg up towards the sky, three-leg dog. So we inhale, open that hip. Exhale, shake it out again. Inhale, stretch the leg. Exhale, shoulders are square. Bring that right knee towards your right shoulder. Keep those hips up, thigh to chest, and then back up. Inhale, stretch, open the hip. Exhale, knee towards your right shoulder. Keep your shoulders square, weight equal on both hands. Thigh to chest. One more time, inhale. Exhale, knee towards the right shoulder and thigh to chest. Let's bring that thigh to chest here, come forward into a plank. And we're gonna go ahead and take a mountain climber here. Couple deep breaths. Press into those fingertips. Long and smooth. Work it out. Use that core, navel to spine. Couple more breaths here. And as we exhale, lower Chaturanga. Inhale, full breath. Exhale, reverse the push up. Child's pose or downward dog. Deep cleansing breaths. Long and smooth. Stay with that. You can feel a little bit of a difference between the right and left side here as well. Longer, smoother breaths here. Let's go ahead and bring the right leg up towards the sky in three-leg dog again. As we exhale, let's bring that right foot forward between the hands and lower that left knee. Inhale, stretch the front leg. As we exhale, we can walk, float that leg forward. We can come into a full splits pose here slowly and gently if you like. Then keep the hips square. Think of that left thigh or your back thigh coming towards your front thigh. So it's not about getting all the way down to the ground, right? It's never about how far you can go. So that we're going in a way that's not compensating or possibly injuring other parts of the body that may be compensating for what we're trying to do. So, and really keeping the hips square, keeping the integrity of the posture, of the stretch, of the spine and the hips. Couple more breaths here. So we don't just get into it and then settle in and relax completely. We're still sort of holding just a little bit, keeping that the left thigh bone coming towards the right thigh bone, hogging in just a little bit. And then we gradually deepen into it as it feels right and as we can keep, again, the integrity of the hips and the spine. One more deep breath here, lengthen. And as we exhale, we can lunge forward, pushing off the back foot back to your warrior three. Stretch, maybe even a standing splits here if you like. And then go ahead and stretch back into your Uttanasana forward fold. Ooh, now you can really feel a difference between the right and left side. Release the neck, perhaps. Shake it up. Gently shake your head side to side, up and down, or circle around, whatever feels good for your neck. All right, bend into those knees. Hands to the heart center. Scoop that belly in and up. So once again here, we're gonna have the feet hip distance apart. Hands to the heart. Deep breaths. Feel the pelvic floor lift as you shift your weight to your left foot, lift the right heel. And then root down into that left leg as you wrap the right leg around, maybe the toes back, maybe not. So squeezing the inner thighs together, hugging that midline. From the waist down, we're drilling into the earth. Waist up, we're growing taller, lengthening. So space becomes free between each vertebrae. Feel the back of the neck become free. Stay here or bring the right arm under the left. So again, we cross elbows and wrists opposite of the legs. Elbows towards the sky at this point, fingertips towards the sky. Keep that belly up. Deep cleansing breath. See if you can lift up through the heart space. Find your drishti, your gazing point for 3, 2, and 1. When you're ready, root down into that standing leg. Right thigh up, push through that right heel. Push through the heel, away from the crown of the head. Deep breaths here. Away from the crown. Feel that right hip come forward. Lift up out of your left hip like you're trying to lift your belly away from your left thigh. Away from your standing leg. One more breath. As we exhale, bend the front knee, turn the right toes out, warrior 1. Inhale, lift up through the elbows, lift the heart. Exhale, release the arms. Inhale, palms to prayer. Or palms together. Exhale, hands to the heart center. And thumbs to the heart center and pinky to your thigh. Again, pull that left butt cheek in and back. Lift up through your core. Keep your back flat and long here. Stay here, or if and when you feel ready, pressing off the back foot, floating forward, floating that right leg up. Keep that bent. Deep cleansing breaths. Find your balance. For 3, 2, 1. Step that right leg back. Deep lunge. Open the hips. Spread the fingers wide. Inhale, open. Exhale, bend and stretch. Shake it out. Hip square. Sorry, hip open. Left hip up, stacked above the right. Shake it out. When you're ready, bring that left knee towards your left shoulder. Keep your shoulders strong here. And then thigh towards your chest. Inhale, open the hip. Exhale, knee towards your left shoulder. Open out to the side. Thigh to chest. One more time. Inhale. Exhale. This time we come forward to plank pose, thigh to chest. Back to your mountain climber. Deep cleansing breaths. Press into those fingertips. Get that heart rate up. Remember, you can always slow this down if you need to. Make it a little bit low, more low impact. One more breath. Exhale, let's go to Chaturanga if you like. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, reverse that push-up. Remember, you can always go to child's pose instead of the vinyasa. Again, plug in through feet, deep cleansing breaths here. Plug into the earth. Feel your shoulders raise up by your ears as your spine and the sides of your body get even longer. Breathe. Left leg towards the sky, inhale. Exhale, we're going to step that left foot forward again between the hands. Lower the right knee down. Inhale, stretch through the front leg. Lengthen. As we exhale, we can do half splits pose again, Ardha Hanumanasana. Or keep that back thigh coming forward as you slowly move towards your splits pose to your full Hanumanasana. And again, we're always sort of hugging towards the midline a little bit to keep those hips really square and the spine neutral. Cleansing, nourishing breaths. Softening into this as your breath and body allow. Feel the right thigh bone like it's trying to come towards the front leg. Feel the left hip lift up and back to lengthen. One more breath here. Exhaling everything out. Inhale, slowly stretching back up. As we exhale, let's go ahead and come forward into your warrior 3 or standing splits. Stretch. And then bring the feet back together. Uttanasana, forward fold. Rooting down through both feet. Plant the feet. Inhale to rise up. Palms to prayer. Exhale, arms down by your sides. Katasana, mountain pose. Take a moment to just feel. Long, smooth breaths. Very nice. And then from here, take one more heart elevating practice here. Let's bring, and also getting into the glutes. So let's bring one leg out. The other leg is sort of slightly turned out as well. We're going to bring the hand down to the ground. And the standing leg, that hand is going to be back behind you. Now we're going to, instead of going low this way, I want you to get your butt and your knees back as far as you can and down. So this knee will bend as well. And then to switch, we're going to stay low and keep the butt and knees back and down. So be careful of this where you're going up and down like this with your upper body. That's going to be terrible. Not good for your back. It's not going to feel good tomorrow. So want to keep your hips low and butt low. So notice as I switch, my upper body is not going up and down. Now, if you want a little bit more intensity, make it a little bit of a hop, but stay low. Keep your butt down. Breathe. Stay with breath. Get that heart rate up a little bit more. We're in for the home stretch. We're almost there. And last one here, feet together, knees together, butts back and down to the heart, Katasana. Inhale, exhale, really suck in. Inhale, suck it in. Inhale, suck it in. Inhale, pull it up. Inhale, so as you're going down, you're pulling up through that. Last one. Good. From here, feet wider than hip distance. Little double bounce and point. Double bounce. Sorry, double bounce and then point. Last one. Hands to the heart. Good. Feet together. Deep breaths. Breathe. Let's go and slowly fold. Forward fold, stretch it out. Long and smooth. Breathe. As you're ready from here, stepping back into your plank pose. Inhaling plank. Let's get into the side obliques a little bit here. Bring your right knee towards your right shoulder, turned out. Hold it. Inhale, plank. Exhale, left knee to left shoulder. Inhale. So we squeeze the side obliques. Try to keep the length of your spine, but squeeze through the sides of your body as you switch here. Plank, squeeze, plank, squeeze, plank, squeeze, plank. Last one. And inhale. Exhale, Chaturanga. Inhale to Cobra. Shoulders down. Exhale, let's go back to a child's pose. Press it up and back. Big toes come to touch. You can separate the knees as far apart as you need to. Let your head rest on the ground or on your hands. And feel the weight of your head grow even heavier as you breathe even deeply, even more deeply into your back body. Expanding fully into all the spaces and crevices of your body. Creating more space and more freedom within and around you. With each inhale, drawing up life force, energy, or prana back up into your body. And with each exhale, complete exhale, sending it back down to the core of the earth. There's this beautiful, expansive, and generous give and take, receiving and giving back with life. Where you can receive fully without hesitation and give back even more generously without hesitation, with full trust in this cycle. So every breath matters, every breath, every moment counts and is a blessing. From that place, slowly sitting back into the heels to slowly roll up through your spine, dragging the arms, head and neck, chin in. Again, head is the last thing to slowly rise up. As we stack tall, just take a moment, notice what you notice. Observe what you feel. And from here, we'll take a sort of a camel dance. So big toes touch and knees out wide, not too wide, but just wide enough, making like a V here. Right arm's gonna come behind you. We're gonna swing the left arm slowly around to the right as we lift the hips up. Inhaling, and then exhaling, slowly circle back down. So move your shoulders in a way that feels good. Left hand behind you. Inhale, lift up those hips. Lean back. So it's like a camel pose. Exhale, but not quite as deep as camel. Inhale, and we kind of get to dance through this. Stretch through the left side of your body. Exhale. Go over to the left side. Inhale, stretch to the right side as you lift those hips. Exhale. Let's do that one more time, or feel free to rest. Inhale, stretch. Exhale. Follow your breath. One more time. Inhale, just slow. And exhale. Slowly make your way down. Let's go ahead from here, bring the legs out from underneath you. And pulling the flesh out from underneath you as well. We'll bring the right knee in towards your chest here, hugging it in. Pull the left toes up and back towards you. You want to keep your right butt cheek and right foot rooted down. Right arm is going to press against the left leg here. So as you twist, the right arm and right knee are going to push against each other, and you'll feel that in your core, in your side obliques of your core. Left arm behind you. So I'm not mirroring you anymore. I'm going to be opposite of where you're going. So right arm, right leg, left arm behind. Inhale, left toes up towards your head. Exhale, and as you press against that thigh, push that right foot into the ground. We twist from your core. So again, you feel all the work happening here, low down in your core, in your side obliques. And then the rest of the spine is free to spiral upward. Spine and neck, looking over the shoulder. Another deep cleansing breath. And wringing out anything that no longer serves. And then slowly coming back to center. We'll bring that right foot to the inner thigh. We'll just angle this a little bit, you can see. Back to Janu. So we're going to pull the left butt cheek out, right arm behind you. Turn your toes down to the floor and lift the hips up onto your right shin and right knee. Lift through those hips. We can sweep that left arm all the way down and overhead. Get a deep inhale, stretch all the way through the left side of your body. Root down into the outer edge of your back foot. And then exhale. Slowly, slowly come back down. So kind of like that camel dance, but a little bit more stretchy through the whole body. Let's bring the right leg over top of the left knee. So right knee over top of left knee. Wiggle thighs together. Pull your butt cheeks out from underneath, toes up and back. Take a deep inhale here, lengthen the spine. And as we exhale, we're just going to gently soften, forward fold here. Gentle stretch for the hamstrings again, or the calves, wherever you feel it here. And feel free to move deeper into this if the body feels good, or back off if you feel any tension in your low back or your hamstrings here. You can also hold the big toe or use a strap as well. From there, inhaling slowly back up. As we exhale, we're going to also fold the left leg in. So I like to come up onto my fingertips and just kind of lift the hips and wiggle the knees towards each other, flex the ankles a lot. And if this is too much on your knees, you can also just do your right leg in front for a pigeon pose, or leg on top for a figure four to stretch the outer hips here. This pose I feel gets a little bit more into the outer hip joint area. rather than the glutes. So if you need that, then go ahead and come into this posture, flex the feet a lot. Another thing that helps if you've got knee issues here too is put a pillow or a folded blanket in between your knees, and that often helps. A deep breath in, flex again the ankles. As you exhale, just soften over the legs here. You'll feel this again high up in your hips. Deep breaths. If you'd like to do a little bit of a shoulder stretch here, you're welcome to bring the arms up when you're ready for prayer. Exhale, bend into the left elbow. Bring the chin in and head back slightly to stretch through the outer shoulder and tricep area here. Keep the ribs in. And then you can also take the right arm behind you and maybe find a little bind. So again, I'm going to be opposite of you in the screen here. Chin in, head back, couple breaths. Deep and cleansing breaths. Releasing the arms there. Let's go ahead and bring the hands back down. And then slowly just unravel the legs here, release them out. And shake them out. And from there, let's bring the left knee in. Right foot out in front of you. Again, we're getting right up onto those sits bones. Pull those butt cheeks out from underneath you so you're not rounding or sinking in your back. Nice and tall. Press into that left foot. Left arm and knee are pushing against each other. Hand on the outside of the leg. Pull the right toes up and back towards your head. Feel the core. Right arm behind. Inhale, root down to grow tall. So push down again through the foot and the left hip. Lengthen. As we exhale, twist from your core. Looking over the right shoulder. Deep cleansing breaths. Bringing out, cleansing the internal organs. Anything that may be stagnant or held or stuck in the center of the body. One more breath, lengthen the spine. Exhale, twist from your core. And then release from there. Let's bring the left foot to the inner thigh. Again, we're pulling that right butt cheek back. So we're in a Sarsasana. Left arm behind you. So nothing's really changed, just the knees out to the side now. Pressing down, lift up through the hips. Press into the foot. Press that right foot flat. Right arm down and overhead. Stretch through the right side of your body. Lift those hips. Maybe roll the heart. You can open the chest, open the throat. Another deep breath from pinky finger to pinky toe, stretching here. As we exhale, sweep the arm and slowly lower the hips. Good. From there, left knee is going to go over top of the right knee. So I'm sort of on a diagonal here, so hopefully you can see things a little bit better. But we're knee over knee. And pull the right toes back towards you as you inhale. Flesh out from underneath you. Exhale, flat back, soften, or bow forward, or again, you may use a strap or hold the big toe here. Wherever you are, just make sure you feel your breath flowing. This is manageable for your body and for your breath. And listening to what is truly important and truly needed to your heart and soul, rather than what the mind or ego thinks it needs or wants. More breath. When you're ready, slowly coming back up through center. And then we're going to fold that right leg in underneath the left. So from here, I'm going to come forward again. We're going to come onto the fingertips, wiggle those knees together, flex the ankles a lot. So you can come onto your bottom here. If the blanket between the knees doesn't help, blanket under your bottom sometimes helps. So just another option. Lengthen the spine as you inhale. Soften forward fold, keeping that low back real flat. And again, just feel that nice deep stretch in the hips. Soften as much as we can here as we breathe. So again, we're coming to a place that is needed, where we can soften and breathe into it. Not too much, not too little. Just right. Slowly coming back up here as you're ready. Inhale, arms to prayer, palms to prayer. Exhale, bend into your right elbow here. And then bring the left arm behind you. Right, maybe find a bind, maybe not. Chin in and head back slightly. Ribs in. Grow even taller through the sides of your body. One more breath. Keep those ankles flexed. Keep the knees protected here. Then exhale, release. All right, releasing the legs slowly. And maybe opening out into your wide straddle, wide seated forward fold. So wide legs here, root down through your hips. Let's go on and reach over to your right. I'll go ahead and mirror you now. Over to the right, exhale over to the left. Some things are simple enough I can mirror you. If it gets too complicated, then it's way too confusing for me. But if it feels good, you can bring that right arm all the way back behind you, and then maybe turn your gaze or let your head hang in whatever angle feels best for the side of the neck here, the stretch here. Make sure you're not pinching your neck in a weird way or in a way that doesn't feel comfortable. And then just let the head roll forward as you come up slowly. Rooting down, reach over to your left side as you inhale up and exhale over to your right side. And rolling your heart towards the sky. You might stay here, you might bring that up and back behind you if you want. Internally rotating that shoulder, letting the head hang or turn away from the shoulder. And feeling that nice stretch through the side of the neck and the shoulder. And slowly rolling up, let the head roll forward. Release the arm and the neck. Inhale, slowly coming back through center as we exhale. Keep the knees and toes pointed straight up towards the ceiling. And then we'll just bow forward, fold here a little bit. Maybe coming onto your forearms or stay on your hands, whatever you need. Just make sure those knees and toes stay pointing up. So you're externally rotated in the hips. Root down through those hips. A few breaths here. When you're ready, next breath, coming back up. And as we exhale, we're gonna wiggle, just slowly pull those legs together and shake it out. Wiggle the knees, wiggle the feet in and out, whatever feels good. We're gonna come forward onto your mat, rolling down vertebrae by vertebrae. The closer the feet are to you, the more challenging this will be for your core, but you wanna keep your feet rooted into the ground and then roll down through your spine vertebrae by vertebrae. So feel that scoop and lift in the pelvic floor, in and up, navel to spine, as you roll down slowly. Take your time. As you're ready, release your head and neck, upper back. And then slowly turn your head over to one side, release the neck. Slowly turn it to the other side, release. Come back through center and bring your feet hip distance apart. Angle your toes slightly
in and heel slightly out. That helps to keep you from turning your toes out and using just your butt, because a lot of times in the bridge pose, the butt takes over and then everything opens up and then you're not working all the other good stuff here in a safe way as well. So toes slightly in, slightly pigeon-toed. Press into all parts of the feet as you raise the hips. Let's bring the elbows, push them into the ground and fingers towards the sky. Open up the hands like robot arms and roll those shoulders back. Now we don't want to raise the hips so high that you feel a pinch in your back. You want to make sure that you feel your glutes, your inner thighs, and your hamstrings start to get warm here as you breathe. Pressing down into your feet. From here, as you inhale, so you can raise, shift your weight to your left foot without being too loud in the hips here, and raise your right knee above your right hip. Inhale, exhale, lower the foot down, strong through both sides, and then press into your right foot when you're ready on your next inhale. Lift the left knee, hollow belly, navel to spine to feel your core strong. Exhale, lower the left foot. Press into both feet equally. Again, inhale, strong through those hips. Lift the right knee. Exhale. Press into both feet. Inhale. Lift the left knee. Keep the core strong. Exhale. So it's like you've got a corset on. Your core wraps around your whole torso, not just the front. Inhale, strong. Lift your right knee. Exhale. Foot down. Last time. Inhale, real strong. Press. Exhale. Foot down. Inhale, arms down by your sides. Exhale, hover above the mat. Inhale, keep those inner thighs working. Exhale, towards each other, hover. Inhale, exhale, hover. Last time, inhale, so we're not coming all the way down. Exhale, knees out, but keep your toes pointing forward. And then knees in, back to the center. Inhale, knees out, so we're working external rotation of the glutes. And then center. Inhale, but keep your toes pointing forward. Exhale. Inhale, knees out. Exhale, knees forward. Inhale, knees out. Toes stay forward the whole time. Exhale. One more time. Inhale. Exhale. I lied. One more. Inhale. Exhale. Interlace the fingers underneath you. Roll those shoulders back. Stay here for 3. Deep breath. Fill up your belly. Push your belly button to the ceiling. Exhale, navel to spine. In and up. Inhale, feel your belly press up towards the ceiling. Push it out. Exhale, navel to spine, lifting it up. Press into all parts of your feet. One more breath. Exhale, slowly sit down on your hands. Massage your hands and your wrists, your fingers. And then release your shoulders. Whew. Release. Let's bring your soles of the feet together, knees out to the sides, and super. Maybe bring your arms up into a diamond shape above your head. You can hold onto your fingers, your fingertips here. A double diamond. Just take a couple breaths here. Let yourself slowly, gradually begin to release and let go of your practice. Keeping your legs where they are, just your right knee into your chest, hug it in. Bring that right knee over to the left side, stacking your right hip on top of the left, open up. Take a couple breaths here, big, full, expansive breath. Release the neck, each exhale. Filling up, allow yourself to receive fully. Go ahead from here, extend that right leg out. Maybe hold the big toe or underneath the calves or something here. You can hold the outer edge of your foot and feel your hips press down as you hold your foot. Push your hips down away from your shoulders. Feel how your spine becomes more neutralized there. And hips are really square. So that right hip is all the way on top of the left. Pressing hips down away from the shoulders. Feel that nice stretch through the outer leg line. One more breath here. As we exhale, we're going to bend into that right leg and fold it in towards you. So we're going to cradle that right hip or that right leg in towards you here. Flex that right ankle a lot. And then see if you can straighten your left leg down into the ground. And then just gently, you can either cradle it here or just take a few breaths, drawing your right foot towards your heart center. Knee out to the side. So again, we want to flex that ankle a lot to protect that knee joint. If you want a little bit more, you want some core, you can lift your heart and chest towards the foot, or maybe even bring it, if you're already like kissing your foot, then you can try and bring it behind your head. If you're super yogi here. Take another breath. Exhale, let's hold the outer edge of your foot with your right hand now and come into your half happy baby. So you want to stack your right ankle above the right knee. Keep the hips facing straight up towards the ceiling. You can hold the big toe here if you like. So peace sign and thumb of your right hand. Wrap around the big toe and then open it directly out to the side of you without falling over to the side. So you want to keep your hips straight up. If you need a little more support, you can bring your left knee out to the side. So you're like in a half happy baby on this side, counterbalancing the weight of that leg. You can also put your right hand under the right leg to help support the weight of that leg and keep your hips squared to the ceiling. Just kind of squeeze your butt together, or actually think of the outer thighs hugging in and the inner thighs growing long away from each other, just like in your warrior two. Hugging the midline while lengthening the inner thigh. One more breath here. Exhale, let's go ahead and slowly fold that right foot back in towards your left foot, back to Supta Baddha Konasana. Back where we started here. Whenever you're ready, keep the legs where they are, left knee into your chest, hug it in. And then left leg over to the right. Stacking the left hip on top of the right hip again. Let that, you can put your left palm to your sacrum there and just feel as it congruent and flat. And then open up your left arm, turning your gaze over the left shoulder. Deep, cleansing, nourishing breaths again here. Holding nothing back. Again, with full trust in that give and receive. Infinite abundance that's available to you, to all of us, as we connect with breath and spirit, with life, with the universe. Just waiting for you to simply connect. Staying there, or again, you can extend that left leg out, hold the outer edge of the foot or the big toe, or the calves, whatever you can grab there. And now press the thighs and the hips down away from your shoulders. Push them down away from the shoulders. Get this nice, beautiful stretch through the glutes and the outer hip, the outer leg line. Long, smooth breath.
All right, releasing that left leg down slowly. Is that what we want? Yes. And then come back in to that cradling of the left leg. So take that cradle here, arms wrap around the left leg as much as we can. Keep that left hip down, hip square, and slowly straighten that right leg out. So this is like a reclined pigeon, right? Like pigeon pose, but on your back. Flex through the ankle a lot and draw that foot towards your chest. Press the hips down away from the shoulders. We'll feel again the alignment here as you push them down away and keep that left ankle flexed. Feel free to stay here, or again, if you want to lift your heart center, lift up your core. If you're trying to kiss your foot, or you're trying to bring your foot behind your head. One more breath. Exhaling here. All right, so wrapping your first three fingers, wrapping the hand around the outer edge of the foot. Come into your half happy baby. So left ankle stacks above the left knee. So we're really trying to get that external rotation of the hip here. Knee towards the earth and ankle directly above. Flex that foot a lot. Hips are square. One more breath there, and then first three fingers, peace sign and thumb, wrap around your left big toe. Stretch that left leg out to the side without rolling over. Again, keep the hips square. Again, if you need a counterbalance, a counterweight for that, that strength here, we hold the right knee out to the side of you to help counterbalance the weight of that leg if you need extra support. Or even put your left hand underneath the left leg. So this becomes a much more relaxed stretch. But again, if you're here, imagine if you're in that first part of the pose, imagine you're standing on your right leg and you're balancing here. You're having to balance. So how strong your hips and your core would need to be to balance here, standing on that right leg. Take one more breath. Hips are square, outer thighs plugging into the hip socket. Exhale, slowly bring that left foot in. To meet the right, back to your Supta Konasana. And then folding the legs in together. Let's go ahead and rock, roll it up. We're going to take one last forward fold here for the outer hip stretch. Feet together. Pull the flesh out from underneath. And take a nice deep inhale, lengthen the spine. As we exhale, bow forward fold with a flat back. So if the knees tend to naturally fly up, that's totally okay. See if we can use your hips here to press, and maybe even use the elbows, or even I like to use my hands to help just gently encourage that hip opening. Not too much, not too little, that hip stretch. Deep, slow breaths. And then again here, we're going to slowly roll down from your core, vertebrae by vertebrae. Well, you can hold onto your legs. Slowly come down. Fold the legs in one more time. Separate, pull the flesh out from underneath you and feet about mat distance apart. We can windshield wipe your knees over to one side. Just release those hip flexors and those quads here for a minute. Release side to side, release those hips. The front of the hip now. And then slide your hands under the low back and wiggle the sits bones apart or away from each other, pulling the flesh out from underneath again. Feel that natural curve of your low back. So you feel your back naturally lift away from the ground, and then stretch your legs out in Shavasana, a few feet apart, and arms down by your side. Or you can rest them on your body here if you like as well. Palms facing up towards the sky, and a gesture of being open to receive.
And again, just take a few moments to allow yourself to settle, wiggle the shoulders, or whatever you need to do, release the neck. And make sure you're as warm and comfortable as possible. And closing down the eyes. Take a few moments here to just allow yourself now to let go of your practice and give yourself to the earth. Give yourself to that beautiful, benevolent life force that is within and all around, and just waiting for us to connect to it. Where that healing and abundance, that infinite and unconditional love is available to us at any time. As we let go and let be and remember, come back to our true nature, our true self, our being. Just be.
Continue to lie here in stillness. Gently bring your attention back to the breath. And anything else that may be here with you on your mat, either physically, mentally, or emotionally, just allowing it to be there. And being this space that you are, this immense capacity and for unconditional love and compassion. Being the space that you are for it, to be seen and held and heard. Whatever is here to teach us, trusting that. And as we become more accepting and more loving towards it, to see what it becomes. Especially the things that we tend to resist. Notice how that feels in your body as you slowly become more accepting and loving of whatever it is, especially of yourself. And if and when you feel ready here, begin to gently loosen your fingertips and toes. Walking your feet back up onto your mat, perhaps on the ground, and then hugging the knees in towards your chest, maybe wrapping the arms around the legs and give yourself a nice big hug. Bring the chin in slightly and feel the whole length of your spine into the mat, from tailbone to the back of the neck. Feel the whole length of that. And then rolling onto your left side into a fetal position, left arm under your head. It's going to just take a few moments here. Observe what you feel as you breathe. Coming back to this beautiful shape, a remembrance and a symbolic rebirth. Remembrance of where we came, from where we came. The space again that we are held and safe and supported fully. Where everything we need we already have. Remembering that that is where we always are in life, held by it. Just need to connect. So take your next deep exhale, pressing into your left palm to slowly rise. And keep the eyes closed and again our gaze inward. Let's take a few moments, notice what you notice, observe what you feel as you breathe. Grounding ourselves here again with the earth. We open the heart space, open our heart and minds to what life and our souls have to teach us. Settling into an energy of gratitude as we join the hands together at the heart center, joining the right and left side, joining the yin and yang, the masculine, the feminine, the light, the dark, joining all parts of us in peace and in harmony, equanimity. Lifting the heart slightly up towards the hands as we bow the head in towards the heart. And breathing deeply into our heart space as we observe our body's natural ability and capacity to recalibrate and to harmonize. Sealing our practice and our intentions with gratitude, and if you'll join me with a round of Om, with the 3 parts to the Om, the Ah, the O, and the joining our voices and our vibrations together as one, and that with the universe. Inhaling as you're ready, slowly. Exhaling slowly and completely out. Inhaling for Om. Bowing humbly to the light and the teacher that dwells within each and every one. Thank you for practicing. Namaste.